everyone, this is Self-Made Millennial. I'm Madeline Mann. Today you'll be learning what to expect in Spark Hire one-way interviews, how to prepare, examples of how to improve your answers, some clever approaches to make you come across more natural, and then stay to the end because I will give you the key thing to say to dramatically increase your chance of hearing back and getting that next interview. As an HR and recruiting professional, I have made it my mission to provide you with the most current tips about the job landscape. So make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the bell to get new videos on Thursdays. Spark Hire is a platform where you may undergo a one-way interview. It's similar to HireVue and other one-way interview platforms where you record your answers and the employer reviews it later. You may not get any info ahead of time from the company you're interviewing with, so here is what to expect on the platform. The most questions you will be asked are 10 questions, and it's up to the hiring manager to choose how many they want to give candidates. Once you start, it will tell you how many questions there are. You'll get the questions presented to you one at a time, and you can take some time to gather your thoughts before hitting record. The hiring manager also sets the amount of time you can have to answer, which can be anywhere from 30 seconds to 3 minutes. Notice the amount of time they give you. If the question is, do you have experience with project management software? And they've given you 30 seconds, that is likely what I call a check the box question, where the answer they are expecting from you is something simple, like, yes, I have experience with Trello, Monday, and Clubhouse. I was in charge of rolling out Clubhouse at my current company. And stop. You don't need to fill up the whole time. If they ask, what is your experience with project management software, and they give you, say, 2 minutes, I recommend naming the software and then tell a story of how you rolled out Clubhouse using the PAR or STAR format. Same deal. I'll link 2 videos about how to build your story toolbox and how to rock a behavioral interview in the comments and in the description. Now, don't stress so much about running out of time in your Spark Hire one-way interview. What I recommend is in the last 15 seconds they give you for an answer, give them a menu or a teaser of sorts of things that you could talk to them about later. So you could say something like, I could also go into more depth on project management, including how I project managed the most recent product launch, my Scrum Master experience, and the research I did that went into choosing a PM platform. You're listing off stories you think they might be interested in, because if you don't mention that you have experience with something, sometimes they just assume you don't. Before you answer a question, you will know how many takes you get to answer that question, how many chances you get, which could be anywhere from 1 to unlimited. Again, it's the company who chooses what they want. I don't know what it will be for you. On the technical side, I recommend doing this interview on your computer. It comes off as more professional, but there's also a free mobile app. Make sure you are testing your microphone ahead of time and checking your system preferences. Because on a one-way interview, no one is there saying, hey, you're on mute. Create a guest login on your computer so that you eliminate any sort of unforeseen notifications flying your way during this interview. We do not need any added stress here. Let's talk about how to prepare and how to completely wow these people. The biggest mistake you can make is trying to be too perfect and too scripted and too dead in the eyes. It is better to have a bit of energy, smile, and fumble some words rather than have a monotone, scripted answer. The camera makes your energy lose 10 pounds, so make sure you up your energy a bit more than you would in a typical conversation. They are looking for baseline qualification, communication skills, and enthusiasm for the role in the company. Though there are people like me who default to being excitable, so if you risk being too hyper or over the top, an easy way to check yourself is to not bring your energy down, but speak slower. You can show a lot of energy, but if you slow your speech, you can come off as confident rather than manic. While this interview is incredibly cold and lonely, a human will be on the other end eventually watching it. So it is important that you connect with them. Again, you'll want to smile and you'll want to look directly at the camera, not at the middle of your screen, so that the viewer feels like you are looking into their eyes. This has a powerful psychological impact. A really great tip is to tape a friendly face next to your camera. Maybe tape the face of someone you both respect and feel encouraged by. I might tape Sarah Blakely up there, or maybe a Leslie Knope. This sounds wacky, but legitimately works. If you want more tips on how to highly impress the interviewer during a video interview, how to prep, and then 2 standout things you can do to be totally memorable, watch my video on how to do a video interview. I will link it in the comments and in the description. Make sure before you do your first one-way interview that you put yourself through some good old-fashioned homemade exposure therapy. Exposure therapy is where you simulate the stress-inducing environment so that when you face it in real life, you are better at coping. So I recommend practicing with things that make you nervous, such as have a countdown timer right there in your face, record your responses on video, have a friend on the other end with their video off, just sitting there judging you, and have them ask you questions that you possibly didn't choose or plan for. If you're anything like me, all of these factors get your blood pumping, but you'll feel much more in control come the real thing. I will link 2 videos in the comments and in the description that include how to not ramble in a job interview and also how to increase your confidence. Next, come prepared with notes. Have the job description out in front of you and have stories from your professional career that show your competence as relating to that job description. It's what I call building a story toolbox and is one of the most potent ways of passing an interview with flying colors, such as this job seeker who landed her dream job at Amazon during the coronavirus outbreak from using my story toolbox approach. I will link a video on how to build a story toolbox of your own and a playlist of all of the most common interview questions and exactly how to answer them. So many of these questions in that playlist show up all the time in these Spark Hire one-way interviews. So make sure you have bullet point notes of what your answers will be to those questions. Also, after this, make sure you follow up asking about next steps if you don't hear back for a week. I will link 2 free downloads of follow-up email templates. One is for a typical job search, and the other is following up during the coronavirus outbreak. There are 6 email templates in total that will help you big time to hear back and to help you show interest. I will link both of those in the comments and in the description. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel. Thanks so much, everyone. Wi-Fi high five.